always right around this 10 a.m. Eastern time slot. Got a special guest star today. Ron Romanelli will be joining us. Normally he's just here on the weekends, but it's King Day, so I talked him into it. I talked to him and I said, hey, you want to be on the show? He said, sure, I'll be on. Just figured he had the day off. So we convinced him. It was a hard sell, but we got him. Anyways, we got college basketball, NBA basketball, and college basketball, NBA basketball, and hockey, of course, unfortunately, but it is that season. But we will go over those games. And I don't know. I didn't see in the green room. I didn't see if Rod made it, but I see him now. So we're all good. Ooh, haircut for Zawacki. I have to bring these guys in, take a look. And beard. He looks like Shane. Anyways, bring these guys in, see what we got. Wow, landed perfectly. Actually, we're switching spots. Ruffalo's going to back clean up today. We'll see how Rod does in the number 2 spot here behind Bittler. He wanted to be moved anyway, so here he is. Got the opportunity. Just happened to land that way. Just shuffled the cards. We don't play favorites, except with Ron Romanelli. But
yeah, I got Ron under my wing. He's a junior sharp.
Some audio. Here we go. Anyways, so NFL playoffs, we're down to 4 teams left. You know, I took a little bit of heat about my halftime criticism of Tom Brady, and I'm sticking to it. I don't care what anybody says. His defense bailed him out, and that's fantastic that they were able to do that. He didn't make any mistakes, and that's fantastic too. He threw one pass that was longer than 10 yards that was completed. It was a lob that Scotty Miller had to stop his route and turn around to catch. But outside of that, he looked clearly like his best days are long behind him. But like I said, he's a great game manager. He didn't make any mistakes. His defense made the plays, and the play of the game was clearly the Jared Cook fumble. The Saints marched down there, scored another touchdown. It's game over. And they made the play. They got the ball back. They scored a touchdown. Bittler smirking like that, like a 14-point lead the other way wouldn't change things. It absolutely would have. The Saints would have been up by 4.
Breeze just looked like he
right, but he hit Cook over the middle. The guy's running down the field, and it's like they had shredded the Bucs the last drive, and they were shredding them again. They go down for the touchdown. Now they're down by 14 points. See, when you're down by 14 points, it changes your whole game plan. You have to pass. You have to pass. You almost have to abandon the running game at that point. And that would have changed the game. That would have ended it, in essence. But it didn't. And what happened is the Bucs recovered the ball. Brady converted. If you noticed, his longest pass on that drive was 3 yards. It'll go down as 10 or whatever. And I think hitting a running back, 3 yards, behind the line of scrimmage and him running for 12 yards is not a 12-yard pass. It might be a 12-yard play, but it's certainly not a 12-yard pass. I think, I'm not saying Brady didn't win all those Super Bowls. I'm not saying any of those other things. I'm just saying right now, this guy can't throw a ball more than 10 yards. It's kind of how Peyton Manning looked his last season, right? And I think Breeze is clearly done, right? I mean, he's clearly done, right? He couldn't throw the ball down. They could not throw the ball down the field at all. Michael Thomas caught 0 passes in that game, The one pass that was thrown downfield was Jameis Winston throwing it down the field. It's like you need to be able to if you're going to make mistakes, you need to have big plays, and the Saints were not able to create those. Kamara never found space to get operating because they couldn't stretch the defense. If you can't go over the top, then they're going to stack the line against you. And that's basically what happened. Is like when you have 11 defenders within 5 yards of the football at all times, very, very hard to move, especially when one of them is like Ndamukong Suh. You got all these other guys who are kind of on their last leg, but kind of like how the Patriots did it, right? Guys with maybe 2 or 3 years left. JPP, you got, these aren't like guys we never heard of, and then you mix in some guys like Winfield, who, apparently is going to be a good player, right? So, hats off to the Bucs. But if you think that Tom Brady, if my commentary of Tom Brady was off, then I don't know, man. You guys maybe are just a little bit too much of the rah-rahers, too much of the rah-rah team, the cheerleaders. Anyways, and that's fine. I'm going to call you out on it. I don't care. It was Happy King Day to everyone. Everyone knows a big day, man. This guy fucking amazing. I mean, one of my favorite people, man. Not popular in his time with everybody, you know? One of those guys, a disruptor, man. Just a total disruptor. Just went in and said, I don't like the way things are. I'm not going to sit here and troll people's YouTube videos and make comments, right? Some anonymous name to change the world or change the way things are. I'm going to get off my ass and I'm going to do something. And if people don't like it, tough shit, you know? I'm going to stick it in their face. I'm going to make them look at themselves in the mirror in a way that makes them uncomfortable. And if you don't think that, you know, I know we're all, you know, long beyond, you know, his time. If you don't think people didn't like him, they killed him. That's how much they didn't like him. And what he did, if you listen to the I Have a Dream speech, which I told everyone at halftime to take a listen to, because I listen to it every year on King Day, and it's so moving and so relevant even today, that a lot of things he talks about are the same things they're talking about today, which is sad. But a lot of things he talks about are just so spot on, you know? And I think not just for any one race, but now America's an even bigger melting pot than it was then. And I think it's across multiple races and multiple types of people. And it's just like, it's so, I don't even know what to say, but it's like, it's just so crazy. And, you know, it's so crazy. It's like, so I went to Boston University. That's where Martin Luther King went. It was a big part of why I went there. I just, you know, one of my people and one of my idols. So I think it's one of those days where it's like, if you don't really understand Martin Luther King and what he was about and what he meant in history, go onto YouTube, listen to the 17-minute version of I Have a Dream speech, not the 6-minute edited version, the full 17-minute version. And I promise you, you will be moved. You'll be moved. Like you will, it will be something that forever will be ingrained in you. I promise you that. Anyways, Brian, what are you selling today?
Off a profitable winning day yesterday. If you guys are looking for one big game to bet today, I got my college basketball Big 12 game of the year. Super excited about it. So if you just need one pick, get that for $30 at pickdogs.com. If you want all 5 plays, I got 5 plays. My Money Shot Monday 5-pack for $50.
Rod, you're second place today.
Well, I moved up in the world.
Well, it's not really. It's just a different spot on the screen. It's really. I could easily move you back. It's really just a little switch right here. That's all it is. It just so happened when I put up the all, that's where you were sitting. I was like, just leave. We'll see what happens.
All right. So today I got a Mega Monday 7-pack. Loaded. Love today's card. I got 3 NHL, 3 NBA, and 1 college basketball layup. You can get them all in one giant Mega Monday 7-pack, or I'll split them up. You can get just the NHL, you can just get the NBA. Available over at Pick Dogs Premium. Grab it today. Let's kickstart this week off great.
I'm moved. Ron, what do you got?
Yep, like you said, happy Martin Luther King Day to everybody. Great man, did a lot for our country and for many countries in the world today. But
it's a rare thing, you know, in the world that you have somebody that's willing to just say, this isn't right, and I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks, you know. And I'm not going to get pushed around, man. And there's so many people out there that are just cowards, you know, just cowards. And it's like, even now with social media, it's worse than ever. I mean, it's worse than ever, man. But it's like, here's a guy that said, here I am. This is what I believe. And if you don't like it, tough shit. You're going to have to listen to it and take a long look at yourself in the mirror and the way that you carry yourself, you know? And you tell me how this makes any sense at all, you know? Amazing. And their answer was to kill him. That was their answer. It was like, well, if we kill him, then it'll all be fine. It's like, no, it's not fine.
Yep, I mean, his legacy lives on today, and that's what he fought for. So, you know, glad we get to celebrate a day for him. As far as what I have on the website today, I can have my Triple Sport 3-pack. You can get my top play in the NHL, top play in the NBA, and my top play in college hoops is not just my play of the day, but it's my play of the week. And I'm not sure if I've ever given a player of the week or month or year as a part of Pick Dogs, but that's how much I love this college hoops play today. So get those 3 plays for $29.95 at the website. It's going to be a big day today.
All right. Chris Ruffalo returning from his day off. We heard it was from eating, eating some Christmas cookies that were about a month old that never made it to the post office to happen to be sitting in the trunk of your car. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. That's what we
I have to go check after the show because you may have put something in my mind that I might have thought about just now. So for me today, I got my Monday Madness College Hoops 3-pack. We swept the board on College Hoops yesterday. I'm going to do that again. Got those for $29.95, or you can have those 3 plays as well as my top NBA and NHL plays 5-pack for my Multi-Sport Monday 5-pack, $39.95. It's going to be your best value, but don't wait because those packages go off at 2:30 this afternoon. So get on those quickly.
All right. I'm not as in love with today's card as these guys are. I'll tell you that much. I got 2 college hoops, which I like enough that I'm betting them that they're premium picks. I got 1 NBA pick out of this whole card that I think is bettable for me. And, it is what it is. It's like, this is what I do. I have a lot of people that have monthly and weekly packages, and they just want to know what my best bets are for the day, and I put them out there. But as far as like game of the year, game of the month, game of anything like that, I personally don't have it on today's card. So hopefully these guys share a little wisdom with me and tell me exactly what these are, because I would love to hear it. But anyways, go to the NBA first, and I have 3 videos where the lines came out late. I'm posting those right now as we're talking. But we've got the Knicks kicking it off at noon against the Magic. Got the Heat and the Pistons. We got the Timberwolves and the Hawks, and the Blazers and the Spurs. There was another afternoon game, Washington, Cleveland. That game was canceled or postponed or whatever they call them these days. Brian, you got any meat on the bone there? Anything to work with?
Well, we saw the Knicks have lost a bunch of games in a row, and I think now you're going to get some value with the New York Knicks. I think the public's jumped off the bandwagon on them. And I like Orlando here. I just feel like there's too much money on the other side of this game. And the Knicks, deep down, can play good, solid defense. I think they turn it around and win this one outright. But take the points and bet the money line in this game.
Rod?
Mike.
Mike's not on.
For me in this one, the Knicks defense has been really good. Both teams are 3 games in 4 nights situation, so might get a little bit of tired legs. So I love the under 206. Take the under. Be lucky if both teams get to 100.
Ron, any of these 4 games?
This is not my favorite window, but I do agree with both Brian and Rod. I was actually going to say I like the Knicks and I like the under in that game. I just think that New York, great win yesterday, and like Brian said, the public's all over the Magic, ditching the Knicks. But this is just a good fundamental team. They play solid defense under Thibodeau, and we all know the Magic can play defense. That's the reason why they've made the playoffs the last 2 years. So I'll take the under, and I'll take the Knicks.
I show 49% of the bets on the Magic here, so I don't see the public all over them at all. I just see the smart money here on the Magic, and that's where I'm going. Chris?
I'm going to be on the Knicks here. I mean, Orlando's struggling right now. Lost 5 straight, and the defense doesn't really seem to be doing much right now. And I think New York got a bit of a wake up after blowing the doors off the Celtics. Granted, the Celtics were banged up, but I mean, just to have that win, I think it builds your confidence up a little bit. So I'll take the Knicks there, and I like the Blazers against the Spurs. I know we've been back in the Spurs and making money, but this is a reasonable line for a Portland team playing arguably their best ball of the season. So I'll take Portland in that spot.
Yeah, I'm on the Magic for sure against the Knicks. Stringing games together, wins together, not something in the Knicks vocabulary. And like I said, you're seeing the public action actually on the Knicks in this game, not the Magic, at least according to what I'm looking at. And then on the other side, on the other stuff, the Heat get a lot of players back here against the Pistons. So expect to see a lot better effort from the Miami Heat, a team that went to the finals last year, up against the Detroit team that's, well, it's the Detroit Pistons on the road, right? Meanwhile, you got the Hawks and the Timberwolves. Neither of these teams interested in playing defense at all. I like the over. No problemo. And I like the Spurs as well against the Blazers. I just think the Blazers are not playing their best basketball of the year, and that's why they're 2-5 against the number at home. Horrible road home cover team. Matter of fact, one of those games I had, that game against the Warriors, I mean, they got lucky to win that game. It was a last-second sidearm throw-in that went in, and, you know, they won by 1 point. In the game they were laying 2 and change. So, I don't know. I haven't seen anything from the Blazers that looks inspiring to me. We got the Grizzlies against the Suns. That's why we have multiple opinions here. We got the Grizzlies against the Suns. We've got the Bucks and the Nets. The Raptors against the Mavericks. I'm guessing that someone might be out for the Mavericks because that line is moving fast. And Lakers against the Warriors, and the Bulls against the Rockets.
Yeah, for me, I'm going to be giving out Lakers Warriors. It's a premium pick for me today. I'm going to give it out on the drive-through tonight for free, so make sure you check me out tonight. As far as this other slate, rest of the games, I really like the Milwaukee Bucks. I think it's the best free pick I'm going to give you tonight. I think they come in and show the new public darling, the Brooklyn Nets, who the best team in the Eastern Conference is, and they take care of the Brooklyn Nets rather easily. Lay the 2.
Bucks are so soft, man. So soft. It's like they're going out with Brooklyn gangster, man. They're gonna get beat up. Rod?
Yeah, for me in this one here, the first one, Suns and Grizzlies. I see the public's all over the Suns, so I'm gonna take the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies have been a scrappy bunch. So give me the Grizzlies here in the points in this one.
John Morant looks awesome, man. He looks awesome.
And yeah, he should be back for this one too, right?
He's been back. He looks great, man.
He looks good. So
really
give me the Grizzlies here. Really good. I know the Suns have made us money. Love the Grizzlies here.
I think he looks better than he did before. It's crazy because he was good before. I don't know.
And then this Raptors and Mavericks. I like the under 218. I think Mavericks going to be tired up on the back-to-back. And the Raptors have definitely not been blowing teams out, struggling to score. So I like the under in that one. And I got to agree with Brian. Give me the Bucks here. I think the Bucks come to play today. I know the Bucks haven't looked good all year, but I think they come today to play.
Ron?
Yeah, I'm on the Grizzlies with you. John Morant, like Mitch said, he looks fantastic. And in the last game against the Sixers, he turned the ball over, but then went ahead and stole the ball right away and got fouled, made his free throws, and clinched the game for the Grizzlies. He's just a great player to have on any team, and I think if you're getting points at home, that's a solid play there. And I also like the Golden State Warriors plus the points against the Lakers. We all know the Lakers are the biggest square team in maybe all 4 major sports. I just don't see this. These are the type of numbers that we've seen over and over. The Lakers don't cover these 8.5, 9.5, 10-point spreads. Golden State hasn't looked sharp lately, but I do think that they bounce back and at least cover this number on the road. So I'll take the Warriors.
Chris?
Yeah, for me, I'm on the Grizzlies with you guys as well. I think the Grizzlies have looked revitalized since Morant came back into the lineup, and we have made money on Phoenix. This could be just a good spot to sneak in and get one from the books. So I'll take Memphis on this one.
Percentage just moved on the Knicks too. Even more action on the Knicks here. So was it 51? Now it's 52%.
Maybe I'll have to hop off that one. I don't know. We'll see.
That 1%, I'm gonna have to hop off of them.
Believe me, I hear you say dumber things than that on the show almost on a daily basis.
I'm not betting the house on the New York Knicks. I just said this
is what happened during the Browns game, right? So they go down 19-3, and it's like, we got a spot. We can come back here. Or 16, they're down 16-3, and they're like, they're driving down the field, and Myles Garrett, they call timeout, and they're over on the side. Myles Garrett goes over to the huddle, and he goes, "You realize that 62% of the public is here, so the chances of us coming within the number is slim. It's like it just doesn't work that way. It just doesn't. It's like you realize how square of a play we are today. Let's not do this. It's like
of course, but Patty Mahomes doesn't go down. I mean, they just absolutely crushed the Browns.
They were
It
not.
didn't happen like that. That's betting and
No. Because he was in the game when the guy fumbled the ball through the end zone. It was going to be 16-10 right there. They had already stopped him. They had already figured him out. They got away with one because they didn't put a spy on the quarterback, and he was able to scramble out for his life. But they were going to fix that the next play. He was done. Also, the pass play to Kelsey that he caught, they had a linebacker on him and not the safety, and they would also have figured that out too. Those are really the only difference makers in the game at that point. The Browns were going to cover all the way. It was easy money, Brian. Easy.
I don't agree with that one.
Well, of course, because you didn't have them. So it's like when Brian doesn't have it, then it was locked, right? And it's like
if I would have a choice before kickoff and I saw a line drop to 8, I probably would have jumped off the Chiefs. But watching the game, the Chiefs were dominant, and that really took a lot of wind out of their sails when Mahomes went out.
I didn't see that. We took the Browns at halftime. Mahomes was in the game. We took the Browns. We took Browns team total over. Of course, that was the plays at halftime. So fucking obvious. Anyways, had it all the way. Anyways, Chris, did you give your picks for this?
Yeah, the other one I like Brooklyn getting the 2. I've seen nothing from the Bucks this year that makes me want to get behind them laying 2 points on the road against the Brooklyn Nets. I know maybe a square play, but I'd rather win a play than be called out for being square. So I'll take Brooklyn.
It's not super square, that play. Because there's a lot of money. There's more money than bets though on Brooklyn. You still have that relationship where it's like there's more bets on Brooklyn, but there's a lot more money than bets. Okay. So I don't think it's not like taking the Lakers or something.
Pretty close to taking the Lakers.
No, they see that they got James Harden. They got James Harden in the trade. They got the big 3. They're the new fad team.
But there's no 3. Kyrie's not there. There's no 3.
But they have all the
Joe Harris.
But Milwaukee's Milwaukee is already in that spot. It's not like Milwaukee's way more of a public team. Than the Nets. The Nets are the Nets. I went against them the other day with Harden, right? It was like we took the points. But this is a different situation. They're getting points at home. This is stupid. Kevin Durant beat Giannis. He beat him in the NBA Finals. I guess he didn't beat him in the NBA Finals, right? Because he made his NBA Finals. Giannis didn't make it.
That just tells me they're begging you to take the Nets. That's how I see it.
Well, they can beg all they want. I'm going to bet on them. How about that?
I think the college basketball, we're about to hit a big money-making opportunity here.
You're foolish.
St. John's.
You just don't have an eye on the big picture. It's okay, Brian. The world needs squares too.
Right.
The world needs people to pay off my bets too. I like Dallas here against Toronto with the line moving the other way. I think that someone's out here for Dallas is my guess with this line movement, but that might be a good thing. I think, when the superstar comes back into the lineup, rarely is it like they're playing at this level and then they just go to this level. Normally it's this, then a kick back, and then up. And I think Dallas, we saw that. Now it's like they're not going to lose again. Also, Warriors all day. Twice on King Day. Towson against UNC Wilmington. UConn against St. John's. Ah, damn, the line's now down to 7.5. I loved them at 9.5.
It's at 6.5 at Penny.
Really, I still like St. John's. That I don't care. I think UConn wins, but I think it's like a last second bucket type thing.
Yes.
Sanford
on St. John's.
I liked it a lot better at 9.5 though than at 6.5. I'll be honest with you. I think this is one where you could get hammered both ways or get it both ways. Sanford against Western Carolina. Idaho State versus Sac State, the rematch. LaSalle, St. Joe's. Alcorn State, Arkansas, Pine Bluff. Woo. And Southern against Mississippi Valley. As Ron Romanelli predicted, we got a 22.5 on that thing. 3 touchdowns, a 2-point conversion, and a hook just in case. Brian, anything there?
There's lots to hear.
Anything there besides UConn that you like?
Well, I'm all over the St. Johnny cakes here. I got in at 8.5 this morning. I still like it at 7, 6.5. I think they're going to employ that high-pressure defense they used against Marquette in the second half. I think it's going to keep them close against UConn. I think they can stay within a bucket. Take St. John's, and the points should be the best free pick today.
For me, I agree with that as well. UConn without their top guy for this game. St. Johnny's going to get. They got a chance to win this outright, but definitely take the points. Keep it close. The other one I like in this spot, I like Western Carolina and Sanford to go under the number. I think both defenses come to play for that game there, and we can get under the total in that one.
Yeah.
And those of you out there that didn't like my Martin Luther King tribute at the beginning of the show, you can go fuck yourself. How about that? I'm reading the comments. But everybody else, whatever. Get to your picks. I really don't care, man. If you guys didn't like it, I really don't care. How about that? I don't care.
Disrespectful.
Yeah, oh, I don't care. I don't care. That's it's my opinion. It's my opinion, and and I don't care. It's my show. I can tell my opinion if I want. You guys have your own show. You can do whatever the hell you want on it. I don't talk politics and religion on the show. Never. But if I want to say a few words about Martin Luther King and his impact, I'm going to fucking say it. I really don't care what you guys think. You can take your racist ass on home. Anyways, let's get to some picks.
Yeah, I regret not putting St. John's in the premium area. I liked it a lot more at 9.5, like you guys said, but still at 7.5, 7 now. I just see it, and like Brian said, 6.5 some spots. The big thing with St. John's is that although their defense hasn't been great this season, they do force a lot of turnovers. 27th ranked in forcing turnovers in the nation, and UConn is ranked 155th in the nation in coughing up the ball. So I think that's going to be the difference maker here. So I'll take the points with St. John's. I also actually like the over in Western Carolina and Sanford. I know it's a steep total at 162.5, but these two teams do not play a lick of defense. Should see both teams in the 80s, could see a team in the 90s. And just like the Citadel and VMI the other day, maybe see a couple teams in the hundreds. So I'll take the over at Sanford and Western Carolina.
Chris.
I think my two here, I like UNC Wilmington laying the bucket against Towson. Towson's just been god-awful against the number this year. 5-1 against the spread and only being asked to lay a bucket on the road. So I'll take that with UNC Wilmington. And I like Idaho State laying the 1.5 against Sacramento State. They've just played a lot more games. They've done well at home. They're also 5-1 against the number this season. So laying a bucket or laying a 1.5, I'll take Idaho State at home.
I like Towson. They played a much tougher schedule than Wilmington, and that's the reason why they have that record. They also generally, not an 0-5 type team. I like St. John's also and Alcorn.
Alcorn. Getting some swack in you?
Yeah, I'll get my swack on. I'll lay the 22.5 with Southern. I'll parlay it up with Alcorn. just for an afternoon on the golf course.
Some swaction.
A golf course snack, since they don't have the snack cart these days. That's really like the COVID on the golf. The nice thing is everyone gets their own cart, so the game actually does move a lot faster. But no snacks out on the course. So you got to bring your own, or stop at the snack bar and load up. They do give you a cooler. I don't know. It's just me. Louisville, Florida State. UNC Greensboro against Citadel. East Tennessee State against VMI. Prairie View A&M Grambling. Baylor, Kansas. Air Force, Wyoming. And UNLV, New Mexico.
I like Florida State in that time slot. I think they got a little bit of their group back, winning 2 in a row. And Louisville, what can you say? They lost to Miami. I just think Florida State might not even need the points here, but take them for safety. Nice little chunk on the Seminoles here.
Here's my question on that comment, okay? And this is the same thing the same question I basically had for the, when I saw the line the same and all that other stuff. So why is Louisville's loss on the road against a Miami team that's played, ACC teams tough? Why is that a black eye on Louisville when Florida State's home loss by 20 to UCF, who got lost to Michigan by 100? Why is that Why is that just forgotten and forgiven? It's like it doesn't make sense. It's more the opposite here. Anyways, just
I just said it to bust your balls.
That's okay. I don't care. You can bust my balls all day long. Monday, everyone knows it starts bad and it gets worse. But I'd start with King Day. I would start in a good mood. But now when I read the comments, going back, a lot of people supportive and happy that I did that. And that's why you guys are part of our community. The other people are here just to get free picks, complain about them, and then come back the next day. It's like you suck. I'm never watching again. And then today you said, right? It's like, be sure to hit the like button. Anyways, man. Wow. Listen to this one. Anyways. Where are we? Rod?
Two I like in the spot. I'm going to go Citadel plus the 13.5. I think UNC Greensboro is the better team, but I think Citadel comes to play today. The Spartans are 1-7 ATS, our last 8 home games, and the underdog in this series is 7-2-1 the last 10. I think Citadel comes to play and makes this a closer than a 13.5 point game. And I'm gonna take Baylor. Baylor over Kansas. Kansas hasn't looked so good. They struggled to cover the number, and I know Baylor didn't cover the number the last game, only won by 8. But I think they come back out and they win this by 10, 12. Their defense shuts down Kansas. Give me Baylor today over Kansas.
Ron?
Yeah, I'm actually going to take a lean on Greensboro in this one. The Citadel have been fantastic scoring points, but their defense is miserable. And I'm not big on Greensboro. I don't like laying 13.5. But I just do think that Greensboro is the much better team. And that this was a team I thought was going to be in the running for a conference championship. And the Citadel, I expected to be at the bottom. But they just knocked those threes in. The problem is if Citadel's cold from the three-point line against a team that defends the three pretty well in Greensboro, it's going to be a long game. So I'll lean on Greensboro, but I like VMI a lot more, plus the 7.5 against East Tennessee State. Again, if this was last year, I would never take VMI in this matchup, but this is not the same East Tennessee State team we're used to seeing. And VMI like the Citadel, can just score a ton of points, but they do it a little bit more balanced. They're not just based on 3-pointers alone. So I think you're getting 7.5 with the Cadets. I think there's some value there, so I'll take the points with VMI.
That's key debts to you.
Key debts, yeah. I knew it. Right when I said it, I knew I messed up.
Key debts. I don't even know if that's how you pronounce it, but that's how it's spelled.
Yeah, I think it is key debts. I don't know.
The hell does that mean? On King Day, they pull this shit.
I'm going to take the Citadel, the points. Just, if you can keep it to within 6 against Furman, I know the Citadel usually struggles in conference, but if you can keep it within 6 against Furman, a team that's within the top 80 on the Ken Palm ratings, I think you can keep it within 13.5 against UNC Greensboro and scoring 21 more points per game. Granted, like Ron said, the defense hasn't been very good, but I think Citadel can at least keep within that number, so I'll take the Citadel. I'm on BMI as well. I just think BMI's been a great cover team this year, and like Ron said again, this is not the same East Tennessee State team that we've been used to seeing in the SoCon over the last few years. I think BMI is a much improved team, and they can score in bunches. They can at least keep this one within 7.5. And I'm taking Air Force on the money line. I'm done with Wyoming.
Me too.
Wyoming, they started out well, and I thought maybe they'd turn the corner. They're back to pulling the same shenanigans that they did last season. This is not a good Wyoming team. They've fallen back into old habits. And Air Force, I think they build on that win against Wyoming in the last half of the back-to-back, and this is one of the few times I think you see a team that wins the first game sweep it. So I'll take Air Force on the money line.
I like Kansas. I know I'm alone. I don't care. This is a team that's in a program. It's so square. 65% of the public, 82% of the bets. It's just like so freaking square. I really don't care. This is a program that's built on big games. They are built on big games. And for Baylor, this is a huge step-up game for them. I love Baylor. Okay, I was on Baylor. I was the first one. Before you heard Baylor last year, I was the guy, right? In our college basketball preview, I said the biggest problem that Baylor has this season. This was last year. I said it on our preview show, and Chris and Rod were there with me. I said the biggest problem with Baylor is deciding which 5 guys to put on the court because they got so many, right? I still believe that about this year's version, but you're up against a team that has built their entire tradition for the last James Naismith whatever, right? Onward. On playing in these types of games. On the road. And I don't see that changing here. And it's not like it's a bad Kansas team. It's not like they haven't been in with the heavy hitters already. They've been in with all the heavy hitters. If I would have seen maybe Baylor play Gonzaga, even if they lost that game, which I think they could beat Gonzaga personally, but even if that game went off, maybe I might feel a little bit better about Baylor here. But 9.5 against Kansas, I know that's what the books are begging you to take Kansas here, begging you. They're not going to beg me that hard because I can't see them losing by more than 4 or 5 points here. I could see them winning by 2. A lot easier than I could see them losing by 20. Because Kansas doesn't lose by 20 that often. It just doesn't happen. They have too many good players. Baylor has good players too, but there's only one ball. And I think this is a defensive game all the way. And I think that's going to make it even tougher to get past that number. You don't think Kansas is going to be sky high for this thing too? I mean, I know if there was fans in the stands, maybe you can make it. But Baylor's, as good as they are offensively, they're a defensive team. I mean, double-digit points almost. I don't know, man. I know that all the smart money, I'm sure a capper consensus I haven't even looked at. I don't have a premium pick on here, so I don't even have really a dog in this fight. But I'm sure the cappers are all over Baylor in this one because it's the smarter play, but it's like just common sense, Sometimes common sense rules the day. So I'm going to go with Kansas here. I'm going to go against the grain of the smart people. And I'll just pay for another country club membership with my Jayhawks here. Then I'm going to take, let's see what else we got. I'm on the opposite side of you guys. I like Wyoming. I don't see Air Force beating anybody back-to-back. Wyoming coaching change, from last year's team, so it's not the same Wyoming. It's a different Wyoming. And Air Force, you have to remember that they also had that wasn't their first time that they surprised somebody this season either. They also beat who did they beat?
Nevada.
They beat Nevada. They beat Nevada, and then they lost the next night, but they covered in that game. So, they beat Nevada after losing to them. They got stomped by Utah State. I mean, this is a team that loses by 20 points plus on a regular basis. I mean, Wyoming's not a 20-point plus win team, They lost to Boise. They lost to Fresno. It's terrible. I don't know, man. I can't put my hard-earned money on Air Force to win back-to-back games. Just not in my vocabulary. Let's see. That's about it for me on college. I have 2 college premium plays tonight, so I don't know. I know the world, the world of the smart money. The guys who are smarter than me are all on Baylor. I know that.
I forgot one. If I could go back.
I don't think so.
Huh.
Okay, Brian, we'll make this one exception.
I missed the St. Joe's Hawks +2 against LaSalle. St. Joe's might be 1-9, but they played a far more difficult schedule, and I think they're cursed. They're better than LaSalle.
I think they're cursed. I got news for you. I think
take the Hawks tonight.
They're cursed. When you fire your coach that's been there for like 30-something years, unless there's like a sex abuse scandal or something, then you're cursed. It was like they fired their coach and they won like one game the next year. It's like now they're gonna do it again. It's like
you see the bring back Martelli signs.
Yeah,
in the crowd.
It's like they fired Phil Martelli. It's like what? What? Yeah, it's Syracuse fired Boeheim. It's like what? It's like, huh? Nick Saban fired at Alabama. It's like, why would you do that? It's like, why did they fire him? He had one bad year or something?
Was that it?
Something like that. It was something ridiculous. Like, we want to go in a fresh direction. Yeah, of losing like no one's business. It's like, we're sick of winning seasons. It's kind of like when the Dolphins fired Shula. It's like, yeah, we're sick of winning seasons. It's like, yeah, the grass is always greener. We've been to the playoffs twice since.
I think their record has to do with who they've been playing, though, this year. They've had some big games up and down the schedule. So they might, if they had some cupcakes in there like LaSalle, they'd have a better record. That's just what I think.
Okay. We got the Detroit Red Wings, Hockeytown, USA, up against Columbus. I'm on Detroit in that one. Got the Islanders and the Bruins. That's actually a pretty good game. I don't even know hockey, and I can tell you that that's probably a pretty good game. We got the Leafs and the Jets. Jets. We got the Flyers and the Sabres. Sabres 0-2 to start the season. The Flyers 2-0. St. Louis Blues up against the San Jose Sharks. I'm seeing overtime in that one. I just see it because they're both 1-1. They need to fill in some of those other ones. All right. Brian, any of those 5 games skate off the page for you?
I really like the Islanders. I think that's tremendous value with them against the Bruins, who you're always paying too much juice on the Boston Bruins. And I really like the Sabres 0-2 on the road at the Flyers. I think you get nice plus money there. So Islanders and Sabres.
Oh, coleslaw after the 6th day for Ruffalo. That's what rumor has it.
Oh, that'll do it.
Yes.
That'll definitely make you really.
Yeah.
I thought he quit eating the tub of slaw after Game of Thrones was over. He'd be like sitting in front of watching Game of Thrones with his tub of slaw. He got it Costco.
No, it was
extra runny.
Yeah, it was not. Yeah.
I'm not a slaw guy, but I do like it. If I have slaw, I like it lightly dressed.
I'm waiting for Brian to make a lightly dressed comment.
But he'll tip $10.
I thought of you guys when I went and took my son for a haircut the other day.
Extra $5.
The haircut was
Get some action.
$15, and haircut was $15, and I tipped 20.
Wow.
But nice. It was a nice looking lady though.
Did she drop her pants when you
Nope.
gave her the 20?
Drops her clippers.
She did a good job cutting the hair. And
How about that Tiger Woods special on HBO? It was more in depth than I ever even knew the story was. I was like, wow. It's like I knew he had 12 mistresses, but they really went over the top on that one. They dug a lot. It was like stuff that had never come out before. It's like, wow. I didn't know, I didn't know that there was a story like several years earlier that they had squashed. Rod?
Okay, first 5. Here we go. Okay, I like Detroit as well. Columbus looks like they're going to be having trouble to put the puck in the net. So I like Detroit in that one. I also like the under. What do you guys? Give me the Islanders over the Bruins. I think we can fade the Bruins we're going to be able to fade the Bruins quite a bit, as the public are definitely enamored with the Bruins, and they're definitely not as good as what they were last year. They have one good line. After that, there's a huge drop off to their second line. So give me the Islanders in that one. I like the Maple Leafs and the Jets to go over the number. We're going to get a whole pile of scoring in that one. Give me the Flyers over the Sabres. Sabres do not look good this year. And the Flyers D is just solid. Carter Hart and net, just a beast. Give me the Flyers. And the last one I like, give me the Predators over the Hurricanes. The Predators come out, they're looking pretty good. Canes just lost to Detroit. So I like the Predators in this one.
Ron?
Yeah, for me, I'm with you guys. I like the Red Wings. I think you get good value, plus 155. They only have to win that game less than 40% of the time for you to make a profit. I'll be rooting for the Islanders, but I don't have a play on that game. I would lean to the under. I like the Sabres getting the plus 130 against the Flyers. The Flyers, despite beating the Penguins twice, gave up a lot of high danger scoring opportunities, and their expected goal variance wasn't great. So I think this could be a spot where you fade them and take the Sabres.
Chris?
Yeah, I like the Islanders in this spot with you guys as well. I just think Boston is overvalued. They're missing David Pastrnak. Their defense still hasn't bounced back to make up for the loss of Krug and Chara. So I like the Islanders. Use my new hat. I like the Leafs today. I like the Leafs a lot against Winnipeg. I just think the goalie change. I think this is going to be they go back. They go back to Anderson, so be it. But I just haven't seen enough from Winnipeg to suggest that this is sustainable.
I like the sticker on the inside of the bill there. Is that the size or the price tag? Oh, it's the hologram.
He was waiting the whole time to put his Leafs hat on.
I was waiting for NHL.
He looks like, with the straight bill and everything.
Yeah.
Nice.
I just like the Leafs here, and I like the Flyers on the puck line. This Sabres team is horrendous to start the year, and we're all changing.
Rod's got his Toronto hat on.
Yeah, different Islander hat on.
This Sabres team's been ridiculously terrible to start the year. I think this is going to be a Buffalo team that fights for a top 3 spot in the lottery. So give me the Flyers on the puck line.
Ran out the white pick dog.
I just think the Flyers have too much love in this spot.
Okay.
There's only one of us that hasn't switched yet.
I'm not putting on those crap.
Oh, it's not a consensus. Damn it.
The Browns made me mad yesterday. I'm done with it.
Oh, sports chat. I have my sports chat shirt on today.
You can literally call him a man of many hats.
I am a man of many hats.
All right, I'm done
Bitler, don't even say the man with many heads comment. I'm waiting for it. Cashville up against Carolina. Oof. I mean, 20 years. That must be the one that makes hockey purists just, cringe. Carolina versus, these are not traditional hockey places. Calgary against Vancouver, the rematch. Edmonton against Montreal. Anaheim against Minnesota Wild. 2-0 for the Smears. And Vegas. Ooh, Iceman line. -200 against Arizona. The Iceman cometh. Brian, little Iceman action? -200.
Or Ben Burns. That would be like a blue marlin.
Whoa! Direct jab at Burns. Fired away here by Bitler. Firing cannonballs
For
at
me
Ben
here, I
Burns.
think the Vancouver Canucks. I had the Flames in the first game of this matchup, and I think the Canucks come back strong in this game. You're getting some value.
It's okay.
with
Only
the plus
2.7 million people a month watch this crap. No one will hear it, Brian. It won't get back to Burns.
money. Oh well, what are they gonna
Mr.
do?
Burns. Burns, who would not come over to work with us. I hate
He didn't want to alienate his fan base.
You didn't want to alienate his fan base. All 6 of them. All 2 people that bought his yearly package.
Take the Canucks plus money.
Rod? You're going to take Montreal, you have to say it in French.
No, I won't take forever.
Because you have to say it in French. Romanelli's all hopped up on cookie, whatever they're called, coffee crisps.
Mitch, you're cutting Rod off all the time.
That's what I do. It doesn't matter where he's sitting. Follow him like a bad stench.
Sharks and Blues, take under. Blues defense shut down the Sharks. Love the under in that one. The Canucks bounce back. Canucks are a playoff team. Take the Canucks over the Flames. They bounce back and get a win here. The Ducks, just horrible. Absolutely horrible. Take the Wild. Take the Wild on the puck line. I think they beat the Ducks by 2-3. Blow them out. I think this is the Oilers and Montreal. Take the over. We're definitely going to see some goals in that one. McDavid and Draisaitl will stand on their head to try to get some goals in there. So I like the over in that one. And I am not going to touch the Knights. The Knights almost lost to the Ducks. Give me the Coyotes here. I think the Coyotes come to play. And I also love the under. Love the under in that one. So take the Coyotes and the under.
You think the Chiefs were going to cover?
If Mahomes stayed in the game, yeah.
You're high as a kite.
It was obvious.
Yeah, because the Browns hadn't already really cut into the lead except for the guy fumbled out of the end zone.
No, but when you see Mahomes go down, that gives the team a real uplift.
Yeah, but the Browns were going to be covering anyway.
I'm not a Chiefs guy, but
Yeah, you are. You like the Chiefs, the Lakers, the
That's the first time I took the
Yankees,
Chiefs
and the
all year
Lightning.
long.
Chiefs,
My
like,
opinion on that penalty, that was a bad penalty. That should have been a penalty. And then that fumble out of the end zone, I don't think you should lose the ball like that. I think
that's the rule.
Move them back.
That's the
I know
rule.
that's the rule. That's the rule, but it's kind of a crappy rule. The offense.
It used to be
the Browns
so
were
on a fumble out of
moving
bounds. It used to be the last team to touch the ball.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Hello.
It used to be the
Remember
last
that
team to
onside
touch the
kicks
ball.
Used to be just.
They used to punch it out.
Yeah, the onside kicks would be way more because you never had to recover the ball. Those were cool.
I'll have
That's
to,
when there was like
I'll have to add
battles.
that to my list of suggestions for my email. I'll tell you if there's one commissioner that does not respond to emails, it's this guy from the NFL. He does not like my suggestions. You think it was the head slap he didn't like? He was
Oh,
really
we got another one from Mitch Wilson.
pretty much. It's like bring back the helmet slap. It's like when Deacon Jones used to smack the guy in the helmet with his hand. It's like no one wanted to play against them.
I think he even switches the name up on the letter. He goes, "It's from Wilson Mitchell" or something like that.
It's like It's like, who's this Titch Milson? Oh, no. It's like, not another one about the helmet slap. I like the helmet slap. No one wanted to play against Deacon Jones. Nobody. It's like by the end of the game, your head was ringing. I think he was the all-time leading sack leader, but they didn't track it back then, right? No, they just didn't want any part of it. Gotta hurt. Guy with a hand like this big man smacking you in the head all game. Pan. Just smacking you in the head all day. Lyman would say their head would just be ringing. I like the helmet slap and the horse collar tackle. Big fan of the horse collar. They had the horse collar forever. And then they ban it. It was fine. No one complained before.
You can't allow that. You need your guys to be healthy.
They had it forever. The horse collar was around forever.
They had a lot of things forever, but that doesn't mean you can't progress.
How about the XFL where you're not allowed to fair catch a punt?
I like it.
I kind of like that too.
I miss the XFL.
That's not very safe. We're definitely not looking after a guy.
Remember when they had the circle of friends or whatever they called it? Like there was a circle, like you couldn't go or inside the circle when the guy was returning a punt. It was like, they had an imaginary circle and you couldn't go inside or else it was a penalty.
Well, the original XFL, they had the ball at the 50-yard line, and then they had a guy on
the
the side,
scrum.
they ran for the ball.
Oh yeah,
the
scrum.
first person to grab it got it.
I like the scrum. Anyways, Chris, you going to give some hockey picks or not?
I was waiting for Ron.
Ron.
Yep. I like the Canucks. I think they're too good of a team to lose this matchup twice. And I also like the under. I really like the under in the Coyotes and Golden Knights. Like Rod said, both teams play defensive style hockey, especially Arizona. And I think this is going to go under the 5.5. So I'll take that under.
For mine here, I like Vancouver as well. Like Ron said, and Rod said, I think they're too talented to drop 2 in a row here. So I'll take Vancouver. I like Montreal. I just think Montreal's got a lot more depth throughout the lineup than Edmonton does. I think Edmonton's still just a 2-man show in that group, and I think Montreal, if Carey Price can stand on his head again, I think the Habs depth can pull through here. So give me Montreal, and I like Arizona plus the 1.5 against Vegas. I see this being a 1-goal game. I could even see this being a game that goes to overtime. So I think there's value with Arizona plus 1.5.
I have the wrong date on today's show.
I guess we'll start over.
Start over. Do over.
Mulligan.
All right, I guess I got to pick when the penny falls for the first time yesterday. 3-1 in overtime in the shootout.
Yeah.
Right? Shootout.
I had the Penguins.
Woohoo!
Brian won one.
I was so happy. Hey, I took out the penny. I stomped them into the ground yesterday.
You know shit about
Stop.
loose. You know shit about loose
Stop.
change.
That game was never in doubt.
Here's our new T-shirt. Bittler knows fuck all about loose change. Anyways, I got the Edmonton up against Montreal. Heads for the Oilers, tail for the Habs. How's that for my hockey lingo? Less Habs, les Habs.
On the right side of the penny, all right.
Yep, on the right side of the penny.
Because I was on the right side of the penny yesterday and I got stomped. So
you got stomped, and the shootout is getting stomped. I say pass the poutine. Ruffalo, you got a birdcage for us?
You pass the poutine gladly. Give me the Islanders. Give me the Portland Trailblazers and the St. John's Red Storm.
Ron, otter regional food, poutine or burgoo?
I've never even heard of Burgoo.
Oh, you've never been to Keeneland or Churchill Downs. Oh, Google it.
Ragu.
Burgoo. The burgoo.
But I do like poutine.
You might like Ruffalo, I think, would be a burgoo guy, personally. And Rod is definitely a burgoo guy. Probably more
definitely. I like both. But I like Bergogli a little more.
It's a lot of both are in that gravy family.
Yep.
Rod, who do you got in your birdcage?
For me, I'm going to take. I got two for you. I'm going to go one hockey. We're going to take Nashville, the money line, Canucks, money line, and take Vegas under the 5.5 goals. Hoops, we're going to take Memphis plus the points. Take the Bucks minus the 2. And take the Lakers minus the 8.5. Be up on the Warriors. Yeah.
I think it says Rod Ninos there.
Oh, Brian's got the gloves off today. First Burns, now Ninos. You know, Ninos is on the drive-thru all the time. He's going to have plenty of times to pot shot you. Anyways, Ron, who do you like? I mean, Burns, I don't even know if that's the real, thing. It's like I've never actually seen him. Only his picture, which is the same picture since I've been doing this. He looks the same as he did 15 years ago.
I know he likes high money line plays. Well,
I know that too. He loves Yankees money line, shit like that. We know that. Minus 215. Plus 270. Garrett Cole, minus 335. Ron, who do you like?
Yep, we got a 3-team parlay. Sabres money line, Canucks money line, and then St. John's getting the points.
All right. A little variety there. And Brian.
The St. Johnny Cakes plus the points, the Milwaukee Bucks minus the points, and the Canucks money line.
I like the Magic, the over in the Hawks Timberwolves game, and the Miami Heat. So mine will all be over by dinner time. You'll be able to take that money, recycle it, and unload on, a game of your choice for this evening. Maybe one that's contained in my NBA college basketball 3-pack. Have a great day, everyone. Remember, man, if you have an extra 20 minutes today, we're just sitting on the couch doing nothing, halftime or something, go to YouTube, listen to I Have a Dream speech. I'm telling you, life-changing if you've never heard it. Have a great day, everyone. We'll try and act more professional tomorrow.